Dave Hughes been here with Valpo All Access, joined by head coach Mary Evans. And coach, you guys accomplished your goal. 2 games here at home before you hit that road trip, won them both. Today, you won ugly, though. Yeah. Can you fill us in on what happened this afternoon?
We came out of the gates really slow. I thought our adjustments were mainly to our energy level in the second quarter. They came out, I thought we did a great job. You know, we held them scoreless, which is a good feat, and we scored 17 points. And then I think the second half was just a fight. Like, it was just an ugly basketball game. There were a lot of turnovers. It was a lot of physical play, and we just, we won ugly. And I'm proud of them for that, because I don't think that's something this team could have done a couple months ago or even last year. So sometimes you just have to find a way to grit it out, and I think they did today. Yeah,
it's incredible. We were talking about one of the key statistics that we notice is that when you guys shoot over 60% from the field, that your victory percentage is like 80%. And today it was like 35, 36%, but you found a way to win. So what does it say about the ladies finding ways to adapt and win ugly games?
It says a lot about them. I mean, they did adapt. I mean, we tried a lot of different things offensively to score. We learned really early on that driving the ball to the basket and scoring layups was going to be a really hard thing to do today. So I thought we did some good things, creating wide open three-point shots for our team, and then also we created some space to score on cuts, and that seemed to kind of get the baskets that we needed at the rim. They weren't from drives like they normally are. We scored, I think, a little bit more on cuts today. But it's a tremendous job by them. I mean, they pay attention, they listen, they give a lot of really good feedback during the course of the game so that we can make adjustments, because they see and hear things that even I can't. So really hats off to them for staying together. Staying positive, and really putting defense first. I mean, to hold them to 45 points is one of the lower point totals we've done this year. So they really stayed together, and they won this game by defense.
And speaking of defense, I know you touched on it in your answer there when you said hold them scoreless. That was the second quarter. Valparaiso held them scoreless for a whole quarter, something that's never been done in program history.
Oh, wow.
Did you consciously know that was even going on, or did you just go to half and say, wow, they put up a 0 in that quarter?
No, I recognized it with about 2 or 3 minutes to go. I was like, wow, they're still on 18. And I said something about it in immediate timeout, and I was like, this is usually I say something, and then they'll go on a run and score 10
right.
points. But luckily, they stayed together and played really good defense. And I think, especially in that quarter, Carrie Wyman got really active. Elise Pitts got really active with their hands, started causing a lot of deflections, and got a lot of steals for our team.
And you talk about steals. Last point I'll touch on. Defensively, your steals, and we talked about it on the broadcast. Amateur scout, and I don't know anything really about basketball other than what we see and learn from you guys. But it seems like when other teams go to steal the ball, there's a lot of fouls called, like they're coming across with their offhand. Your girls are so good with anticipation and reaching with that front hand. Is that something that you guys actually intently practice on how to steal the basketball? Because you are incredibly good at that.
We don't practice on like how to steal it, but we do talk a lot about playing closer to the basketball and playing with our feet. Like a lot of teams, I think, try to use their bodies and go through people, and that's where the fouls come. We talk about playing with our feet, using our quickness, because we're rarely going to be bigger and stronger than the teams we play. And then I think it's a product of our switching defense. Like, we switch things. Teams aren't used to seeing that. They don't practice against it. Kind of similar for us. I think teams struggle with us because they don't practice against the switch. Well, we sometimes struggle against the non-switch because the only people that can play non-switch are our practice guys or our coaches. And practice guys don't want to play defense; they want to play offense.
Exactly, that's what's
and
fun.
our coaches are a little bit older, so if one thing's going to go in their game, it's going to be defense as well. So I think sometimes we struggle more against the non-switch because we don't get a good look at it in practice. It really takes playing games against it and learning from it through games to really get better at it. And I think that kind of helps us with our switching defense.
Well, back-to-back, ringing the bell here at home. Congratulations. 10 seconds on a really tough opponent coming up at Bradley.
They're really good. I mean, they're really, really good. We're going to have to go back and look at the game. We're going to, we've got to find a way. They've got so many weapons. I mean, you got to be able to guard Gabby Hawk. You've got to be able to guard Petrie, Brackman inside. Nyjah White's kind of the X factor, And then if you can figure out how to guard all those guys, they have a really adequate point guard that could go out and, go 6 for 6 from the three-point line. So they're going to be a tough game, but we're going to get to work this week, try to put together a really good game plan, and try to go out and execute it and play as hard as we can.
Well, your arrow's pointing up, Coach. Did the job at home. Good luck on the road.
All right, thank you.
And now I'm here with Grace Hales. Recent milestone, 1,000 points. Had the ceremony today. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It's awesome.
How does it feel to be one of the 9 now in the Missouri Valley Conference active 1,000 point scorers?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just something my freshman year when I came into here, honestly, it wasn't one of my goals. I never really thought that it would be able to happen. I've just had so many good scorers in front of me, like Danny, Mayer, and I saw them do it, and I thought it was awesome. Like, I watched Danny Franklin do it my freshman year. I thought it was awesome, but I never thought it'd be something I'd be able to do too.
And it's not just the scoring of the basketball that you do extremely well, it's how you do it and the efficiency you do it with. During our broadcast today, we kind of looked up and it's like, wow, she's in double figures again. And for those of you who don't know, she leads the country elementary in free throw shooting. I think you missed 2 free throws all year in a giant sample size. What do you focus on to get your stroke down that perfect?
I don't know. I think it's just growing up. One of the things that I think has helped my shooting is my dad. He was my coach when I was younger, and he never let me shoot a three-pointer until I was strong enough. So in 8th grade and even freshman year, when people were just shooting like deep shots, he was like, until you're strong enough, like I'm not going to let you go back and shoot. In the long run, I think it's helped. It's helped me keep my form, and it's just something that you can go in and work on yourself. So I love doing it.
And then this team overall, since conference play has started, there's 4 of you that are averaging double figures. So obviously you guys are unselfish, and obviously there is a lot of sharing of the basketball. Is that something that you guys really focus on during practice? Is it just open girl, who's hot, find the hot hand tonight?
I mean, we do work on it, and Coach Evans obviously really stresses that, but I think it really just comes from within us. Like, this is probably the most unselfish team I've ever played on, and everybody just loves sharing the ball, and nobody cares about getting any accolades. Like, everybody just wants to win, and I feel like that's how we're able to share the ball. Like, we know who's hot, and we can get it to them at any time.
Well, 5 victories now in conference. You are tied for 4th in conference with victories. 4 through 8 is just a log jam there. What do you guys got to do against Bradley to be successful? They're a tough team.
Yeah, I think we just need to be physical. That's one thing that I think we struggle with, just because we don't have big post players. You know, we're all pretty much guards, and it's just something that Mary always says, like, you don't need to work on that. It just comes from within. Like, we just got to be tougher, and we got to rebound the ball, and that'll keep us in games.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys did the job here at home. 5 wins on the conference season. Good luck out there in Bradley.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the milestone.
Thanks.